Okay, everybody be good. We're recording. Everybody's on their best behavior, right? Okay, good. So how was everybody's week this week? How did everybody do? Give me a thumbs up. Oh, Nicole, give me a thumbs up. Okay, you were the first thumb to go up, so I'm going to unmute you. I'm going to have you tell me. Okay, so why was it a good week? Why'd you have a good week? How'd you have a good week?
I have someone that just started 21 Day Fix on Monday. So her and I have been texting. I actually work with her, so it's been a great week, and she's just excited, and I'm trying to keep her motivated. So
awesome.
It's good.
That's great. Do you have her in a challenge group, Nicole, or are you just kind of keeping an eye on her since you work with her?
She's in the 21 Day Fix challenge.
Okay.
Adria's in that one.
Okay. So okay. Cool. Yep. Good. And you're in there too, right, Nicole? So you're kind of keeping
I'm in there too. Yep.
Excellent.
Making sure she's posting every now and then.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? When we have new challengers, they're not always going to be, especially if they're brand new, and if it's a big group, some people are a little bit overwhelmed by that. Same thing, like when you guys first came on board, you're like, oh my God. So they might be too. So if they post every now and then, that's okay. Just kind of keep an eye on them in the group, but make sure you're reaching out to them, in whether it be private message or text or in person, however, whatever the best way is to kind of keep on touch with them. So make sure you're doing that.
Okay.
Especially as they first start out.
Yeah.
Especially with 21 Day Fix, right? Because when you first open up those containers and you look at the book, you're like, what? I don't know. Wait a minute. And it takes a couple of days to kind of read through the information and digest it and be like, okay, yeah, I know, I get it now. But think about it though. Like the first time you open that up, you're like, okay, I don't get it at all.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So yeah, so make sure, especially on their first or second round through 21 Day Fix, make sure that you're really kind of keeping on top of them. But usually by the time they're through their third or fourth or fifth rounds, they're usually pretty good at it. So you don't have to be on top of them as much. So good job. Excellent job. I'm going to mute you. Kimberly, you said you had a good week too. So tell us a little about it.
There's not really anything in particular that happened. I've just had a lot of people commenting on just my posts and things like that. I've been talking to a bunch of people who say they're interested, say they're going to order, but haven't necessarily followed through yet. But, keep on checking in every once in a while with them.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to harass them, and right. You don't want to hound them, because you know what? You don't want to seem desperate, right?
Yeah.
Those things that, when they're ready, they're ready. So you just need to make sure that you're kind of you're there and you're talking to them and you're checking in, and you want to make sure that you're supporting them in their journey, whatever that journey might be at this point in time before they're ready to order. So that's perfect. Just kind of keep on touching base with them. Remember, one thing I want you to remember, there's a line called "The fortune is in the follow-up." Right? So a lot of times it's easy to send out that invitation. It's really hard to do that follow-up to kind of ask them where they are. But that's really the key to our businesses, is making sure that we follow up with people. And if you do it and you come with it, come at it from sincerity, that you really are checking in on them and you do want to see how they're doing, that's okay. You know what I mean? Be sincere in your check-ins with them, and they won't feel pressured in any way, shape, or form. Do you know what I mean? So when you do a check-in with them, don't say, hey, so you said you were going to order. What happened to that order?
Yeah, I try to just kind of say, like, how are you doing? How, talk about things that they've been posting about. And then normally people will naturally just say, like, oh, I know I've been meaning to order, but I've got to wait till I get paid again, or bills are tight this month. So I try not to just jump into Beachbody.
Okay, perfect. Excellent job. Excellent. Okay, good. So I'm glad we heard from a couple of good weeks. Anybody have a bad week? And I'm going to unmute a couple of you guys here that I can't see. Did anybody have a not so good week that they want to talk about? Awesome. That's a good sign, right? Right, Adrian? That's a good sign. Nobody had any bad stuff. Okay. So a couple of things that we wanted to cover on tonight's Zoom, right? So I've got my little running list over here. The first thing is, when you guys are posting on Facebook, right? And we're all posting on Facebook a couple of times a day. We should be, right? Doesn't always have to be Beachbody related. Could be anything health and fitness. Could be anything relative to food. Could be anything about your life. Basically, what you need to do is create visibility, right? So you're just trying to get out there to get more people to see you on Facebook, okay? Remember to keep those posts positive, right? So if you're talking some kind of motivational thing, you could totally do that too. If you saw something really funny and you want to talk about something funny, just make sure that you're posting on Facebook, right? But here's the key. When you guys post on Facebook, there's two different ways for you to post on Facebook. There's a way for you to see, when you post, there's a way for you to do it so this way just your friends see your post, and then there's a way for the public to see your post. Okay? Does anybody know the difference between having your friends only see it and then the public see it? Right? Anybody want to kind of chime in on that? No? Adria, I'm going to let you talk about that because I know that you switch back and forth on some of your stuff, so I'm going to let you talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so I mean, for most of my posts, I struggled in the beginning because of having my 5-year-old and not wanting to kind of put her out there and have her picture out there. So a lot of times when I post, my posts are now set to public, except if I'm posting like pictures of her and I don't want anybody and everybody to see it. If I'm just sharing a story or something like that, I keep that public. And a lot of times what I've noticed with mine is I don't do a lot of Beachbody stuff. I do motivational, really, and then personal things. And a lot of my personal stuff gets more traction than anything else. So it's making that connection with people so they see you as similar to them, and they kind of follow you more. So anything that I post about my family or something funny, about personal stuff, just attracts more people. So obviously I keep my stuff public because I'm one of those people that does not have a like page at this point. It's on my to-do list, but that's my way of kind of reaching out and kind of hoping to attract more people is by keeping my stuff public. So for any of you that don't have a like page, I think that's the best way to go to kind of get yourself out there.
Right. And the way you do that, guys, is if you go into your status, right, and you type in, you know, whatever you're doing or thinking or whatever it is, right next to that blue post button, there's a drop down. So if you click on that drop down, you get either public or friends. There's more options. Don't worry about the more options, though. So it's either public or friends, right? So if you're posting something about your kids that you don't want the world to see, go ahead and, you know, especially if it's a picture, go ahead and send that to friends only. I mean, that's totally fine. We understand that. But don't forget that, like Adria was saying, sometimes it is attraction though too, right? So if people see that you're doing stuff with your kids and you're doing healthy stuff with your kids and you're out there and you're taking a hike or whatever, those are the things that you do want to share with your public audience, right? So go ahead every now and then, set those to public. Just know you don't have to do it every single time. Once you've done it to public a couple of times, then it will default to public. Okay, if you've done friends a couple of times, it will default to friends a couple of times, right? But when you do just a straight motivational piece, or you're sharing a recipe, or you share an interesting article, or you just talk about something totally benign, set that to public. So this way more people can see it, okay? Got it? Any questions on that? Oh, Kimberly's got a question. She's waving.
Sorry.
That's okay.
So when you set it to public, who else how does it get into other people's feeds?
Okay, so let's just say you have a friend named Jane Smith. Okay, and let's say you post something, I don't know, blah, blah, yada, yada, and Jane Smith likes your post. People are going to see in their news feed that Jane Smith liked your post.
Okay.
Even though you're not friends with them, friends of Jane Smith are going to see that,
Gotcha.
that she liked your post.
Okay.
And so that's what we want to do. So we want to make sure that other people are seeing it, right?
Yeah.
Here's another thing though too, guys, right? So as we talk about always sending out those friend requests and growing your list, watch who likes your posts. Okay, watch who likes them and who does stuff. And if there's people that you don't know who are liking your posts, be a Facebook stalker a little bit. Okay, be a stalker. You might get a really good lead from that person. Okay, they could be talking about their weight loss journey on, you know, or they could be saying, you know what, I'm going to go out and I want to run a 5K, so I'm training for a 5K. So little things like that, you kind of want to be just aware of. Be aware of those people who are watching you and who are liking your post, okay? Go out and reach out to them, okay? Any questions? Any other questions on that? No, we're good? We're good. Okay, the BAT, the Business Activity Tracker. Has everybody been filling them out this week? Give me a thumbs up. Who's been filling it out? Kinda, sorta. I see a shaking of the head no. What about my girls on the phone? Business Activity Tracker?
Yes.
Oh, that was a yes. Who said
Yes.
yes? Is that Eleanor?
It is, yes.
Good, Eleanor. Good
yes,
job.
over here.
I'm sorry, who was that?
This is Monica, yes.
Monica, good for you. Good for you. Okay, so Nicole, I'm going to pick on you. Lucky you. Okay, 'cause you said no.
I did.
You said no. So, of course, I'm going to pick on you, right?
Of course.
Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, well, I'm just going to flat out ask you, why not?
Life's been crazy. Like I posted, I'm also trying to plan a wedding, and it's in 104 days.
Uh-huh.
So I'm trying to break up my time, and I'm on the last week of 21 Day Fix too. So it's double workouts, and sometimes there really is no time.
Okay, right? But there's just a couple of things that I want you to do every day, right,
Mhm.
guys? Because it's a matter of building that consistency, okay? So there's just a couple of things. Even if you don't fill out every block on your bat every day, there's a couple of things that we want you to do every day, right? So every day you need to invite people to be your friend on Facebook. Every day, 3 to 5 people, you are inviting friends on Facebook, okay? Sending out those friend requests. Every day, got to do it, okay? Every day, you're going to invite to a challenge group, whether it's a free challenge group or a paid challenge group, because I understand that sometimes, you know what, you don't have enough time to do all of that. But I want you to send out at least 2 invites a day, free challenge group or a paid challenge group, okay? And you need to form with people. You need to just reach out sometimes randomly to somebody that you haven't talked to in 20 years and just say, hey, I'm so glad that we reconnected on Facebook. I can't wait to get to kind of know you a little bit better again. And just leave your message at that, okay? So friend requests, invites, and form. Okay?
Okay.
Did we talk about forms yet in Coach Basics yet, Adria? I don't think we've gotten to it yet, right? Okay. So I just want you to kind of start relationships with people, though, on Facebook, okay? Those are the 3 things that you really need to do. Well, aside from drink your shake and work out, which we know you're doing because you're on the 3rd week of 21 Day Fix, and personal development, okay? PD is vital, right? There's a reason why it's a vital behavior. Is everybody still reading The Compound Effect? A little bit every night before you go to bed? Nicole?
Yes.
Okay. Monica, still reading The Compound Effect, or are you done?
I am done with the book. I'm going to start reading GoPro. I bought it last night.
Excellent. Okay. Who else finished The Compound Effect already? No. Okay, good. That means everybody else is reading The Compound Effect tonight before they go to bed. Got it? Okay. Adria, make a note of this because I'm going to forget. Tomorrow, I want you guys to post in Coach Basics your takeaway from your personal development tonight. From your whatever page is you decide to read on The Compound Effect tonight, give me one takeaway. Give us one takeaway from your personal development tonight on the page tomorrow, all right? Just post it really quickly. This is what I learned, okay? Got it? All right. So anyway, so back to the bat. Yeah, did I go off on a tangent or what? The bat. The bat is the easiest way for you guys to see that you are doing the daily disciplines that you need to do in order to build a successful business. You don't follow your bat, and if you just kind of willy-nilly do some things, not do things, you're kind of a willy-nilly kind of coach, and your business is going to be reflected in that, right? So the more focused effort you put into your business, the more growth you're going to see in your business, okay? And I know we could all use a little extra money, right? We could all use a little extra money every week. So the only way that you're going to get that, though, is by putting in a little bit of time and effort, okay? So find an hour a day to work your business, whether it's 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 10 minutes here, and then 10 minutes for your personal development at night. Let's get it all done, right? But the easiest way to do that is to track that on your back. And so this way you can actually see what you're doing, right? Because here's the thing, and I guess this is my biggest thing because I get caught doing this sometimes too. Don't get caught up in the news feed. Who trolls the news feed way more than they should? I do. And you know what? That's not productive time. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, what? I'm on Facebook. I'm working. I'm liking posts. That's great. That's great. But that's not productive use of your time, right? When you guys troll the news feed, that's after you've gotten everything else done and you've got 10 minutes to kill, then go ahead and troll the news feed. Trust me, I know. I do it too. And I know I should not do it as often as I do. I get it. So that's not productive use of your time. However, productive use of your time, though, is following through with your bat, right? So going through all those things on your bat, making sure, yep, I formed, yep, I invited, yep, I did this, yep, I did that, right? And I know that Adria, Lisa, and I talked about putting numbers in there rather than a little checkbox. All right, if you drank your shake, you can put a check. If you worked out, you can put a check, right? If you did your PD, go ahead, you can put a check there. But if you formed with people, if you've invited people, put those numbers in there. because that's going to help you see exactly what you're doing to build your business. So when you look at it next week and you be like, you know what, I didn't sell any challenge packs. I didn't really have any good conversations. Nobody was really interested in anything. You can go back and look at your bat and be like, well, that's why. You know what I mean? So if you can go back at your bat and be like, yeah, but look, I invited all these people and I talked to all these people and I did all this stuff, your business is going to be reflective of that. You're going to have more people interested in buying challenge packs from you. You're going to have more people interested in Shakeology. You're going to have more people interested in your challenge groups. Okay? But if you've only put in one here or a one there or a two here, your business is going to suffer, right? So if you guys stay consistent and focused with that bat, trust me, I promise you, you will see growth in your business. Okay? Adria, anything to add on the bat?
Yeah, I mean, I'm normal like everybody else who has struggled with filling it out. And one thing that has worked for me that, has helped me to keep up with my follow-ups and my check-ins is I'm a complete pencil and paper person, but I have my little planner that I write down kind of who I've invited, who I've checked in with, and who I followed up with. And that way, if I get behind on my bat, I can easily look back at my planner and be like, okay, so I contacted about 9 people this day, followed up with 5 this day, and it's an easy way to kind of tally that kind of stuff and see throughout the months that I've been doing it, who I've been in contact with. And then I can also make notes in the next calendar month, like, okay, I contacted this one. They said, come, talk to me next month about the specials. So I can then make a note of it. So when I come to the following month, I can kind of remind myself as to who I need to touch base with. So, I mean, that's worked for me. We're all, different, but I found that to be helpful in keeping up with everything. So even if I fall behind, I still kind of have some sort of list as to who I've been talking to. So.
Okay. Perfect. All right. So Thursday mornings, your bats are due. Okay. Even if you really haven't filled out much of your bat this past week, post it anyway, right? You could just take a picture of it with your phone and you can just go ahead and upload it into the page. Okay. Let's see where you are. All right. There's no better way to be held accountable than to actually proving the stuff that you do, right? Same thing while we're in challenge groups too, right? We're taking pictures of our food or whatever it is. Same thing. Okay. So if you guys say, yep, you know what? I had a great week. I had like 4 really good conversations with people. Great. That should be reflected in your bat, right? So if you had 4 really good conversations with people, that means you probably started 15 conversations with people. Right? Because you had probably not so good conversations with people too, right? So let's see those bats come Thursday morning, okay? Even if you've only filled it out for a day or for 2 or you were kind of spotty on it, let's just kind of see where you are. And let's all compare ourselves to Monica's, right? Because Monica, you fill in your bat every day, don't you? She's not there. She's like, nope, I'm not saying a word.
I'm here. I was on mute and I was speaking and I had to hit my unmute.
So Monica, do you fill in your bat every day?
I do. I actually, when I sit down in the morning, my nighttime, it's more of getting back to people, but it's not reaching to new people. Like right now, my phone is like blowing off, and I know it's someone who I spoke to this morning about Shakeology who commented on my picture. And so in the morning when I'm in that quote unquote working mode kind of thing, that's when I fill it out, because those are the people that I have already reached out. And if somebody decides to sign up, I guess I will. I haven't had that happen. I only have one coach, but if somebody decides to either purchase or sign up as a coach, I would add it. I would change it the following morning for the day before. That's it. But I do it in the morning.
Perfect. Excellent. Good job, Monica. Good job. All right. Does anybody have questions on the bat? No. You're all nervous now. Yeah, you think this was all supposed to be fun and games, right, Coach Basics? You're like, man, I gotta post my bat. I gotta talk about what I'm learning in PD. Man, this is no fun. All right. Last thing that I wanted to cover on my topic, and then I don't know if Adria had anything, and I know Lisa's kind of MIA today. Super Saturday is coming up. Super Saturday is next Saturday, the 25th. Nicole, you're local to me, right? You're in Connecticut, yes? Kimberly, where are you? Hold on, I'm going to unmute you.
Connecticut.
You're in Connecticut too. Okay.
Mhm.
Lisa, where are you?
I'm in Connecticut.
You're in Connecticut too. Monica, I know you're in Connecticut. And then Eleanor, where are you?
I'm in Southwest Virginia.
Virginia. Adria, so is she near you? You're what, Pennsylvania?
No, I'm Northern Virginia, so I'm
Oh.
right outside of DC.
Okay.
But
Adria,
I'm actually,
go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm actually doing something myself here on that day here in Virginia, so.
What do you mean you're doing something yourself that day? Relative to Beachbody?
Yeah, I'm doing a shake and share locally for some of my challenge group people that are right around here that are very interested. So I want to see them and everything. So I'm doing it here since I knew I wouldn't be able to come all the way where that was going to be. So yeah.
Actually, you know what? Super Saturdays are all across the country. They're like everywhere. Everywhere. Eleanor, who's your upline?
Yeah.
Oh,
I am.
I'm Tamara
Yeah, and then Tammy.
and Adrian. There
Yeah.
you go. And I think closest to me is up in the metro, up in near DC. And it's
That's
not
right.
feasible that day. Yeah, because that's still a good little ways for me. That's about 5.5 hours.
oh my gosh, yeah, that's far. Okay. Here's my thought. So since you actually have a Beachbody event going on, could she register and do her own Super Saturday there, Adria? I mean, it's
Oh,
not
sure.
like it's any big deal.
Oh, I'm sure she could. I mean, I'm pretty sure because I'm in like the DC group,
Mhm.
and looking, the closest ones for us were Springfield, and then there's one in Maryland. So Eleanor is farther south than me.
Yeah.
So sure.
I wonder if she could do it. Adria, look into it. Because I don't think it's any big deal for her to register as a Super Saturday event. Because basically she just gets the corporate video, in essence. I mean, she's not going to have all the other stuff that goes along with it. But just to get her access to it and to have it there, I mean, if she's going to have prospects there, that's a great opportunity for people to see the corporate video. You know what I mean? That they do on Super Saturday. So talk to Tammy maybe a little bit when she gets back from Cancun.
I know. I talked to her
Yeah,
today.
right. Yeah, right. Okay, is everybody else in Connecticut registered for the Connecticut Super Saturday? Give me a thumbs up if you are, thumbs down if you are not. Monica, are you registered?
No, hon, remember the days that we have that meeting at Michelle's house? I'm volunteering at
Oh, that's right.
cancer. I'm doing makeup I'm volunteering my time, so I'm sorry.
That's right. I remember that. Okay, so Kimberly, Lisa, and Nicole, our Connecticut Super Saturday event is in Waterbury. Adria, let's make a note to put the Connecticut, because I guess most of our guys are in Connecticut who are in the group. So let's put the link, the Eventbrite link for registration. So it's Saturday, the 25th. It runs from 9:30 until 12:30 in Waterbury. So if you guys are somewhat, Nicole, you're somewhat close to Waterbury. It shouldn't be that far for you to get there.
No, yeah, because I'm right near Hartford.
Yeah, so half
I
hour.
just have to check to see how long it would take me to get from there to Avon, because I have an appointment. I'm actually doing a yoga meditation from 1 to 3 on the 25th.
Okay, I mean, you could always boogie a little bit early, though, too.
Okay.
It's an unbelievable event. It really, really is. Aside from all the training that you get there, you're surrounded, in the Connecticut one, anyway. Adria, I've never been to any other one other than Connecticut. But we have like 400 Beachbody coaches in a room, right? There's unbelievable training. You get the corporate video. You hear transformation stories. You hear business strategies. You hear, the business opportunity presentation. It's an unbelievable event. And you walk out of there and you are so jazzed and so psyched and you've learned something new and you are ready to tackle the world after a Super Saturday event. So technically, while we say we have 3 vital behaviors, right? Invite, personal development, be proof that the product works. Vital behavior number 4 is attend events, is get to events, okay? So if you guys are available and if you can make it, I strongly, strongly, strongly encourage you to sign up for Super Saturday on the 25th, okay? Again, Waterbury, 9:30 to 12:30. It's like $25 to register, somewhere around there. Remember, that's a tax write-off, right? Because that's a business-related expense. Your mileage to and from the hotel is a business-related expense, so you should be expensing that as well, okay? So get there. Get there if you can, okay? I know Valerie, who got off of the call, she's out in Arizona. I know she's going to a Super Saturday. She found a Super Saturday in Arizona, and she's going. So I really, really do encourage you guys to go, okay?
Tina?
Yes.
Hi, it's Monica. I have a question. So
Okay.
I have a person who I think he would be great as a coach. And I also heard that the best way is to bring someone to a Super Saturday, but obviously I can't be there. Do you think I would recommend inviting him and maybe introducing him to someone else? I just feel that he is borderline, but I see so much potential. So what are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely. You are encouraged to bring prospects to a Super Saturday. They're free to go. You don't have to pay for them. They're totally free to go. You get such a vibe from being in that room and surrounded by all these really positive, incredible people who have built these incredible transformation stories, wealth strategy stories, you know what I mean? Like unbelievable things. I highly encourage your coach prospect to get there. And absolutely, have him talk to me or Michelle. Let us know if he's going to be there. And absolutely, the two of us will go out of our way to make him feel comfortable because he's not going to know a soul in there. So yes,
Okay.
really encourage him to go if you can.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay. Any other questions about Super Saturday? No? Okay. Adria, any other topics that you wanted to cover that you can think of?
Nope, I think that's good.
Okay. All right. So I'm just going to open it up to regular Q&A. Any questions? Anything? Yay. I love questions. Go ahead, Kimberly.
What is the video that we should send to people about Shakeology? Is it the What Can Shakeology Do For You? Or
There's a ton of different ones out there. I like going to YouTube, and I go to the Beachbody channel on YouTube. I don't go to any other channels. I don't go to any coaches' channels on YouTube. I go to the Beachbody channel, and I kind of poke around to see what Beachbody has on there. There's different ones for different things. My personal favorite is that one, is What Can Shakeology Do For You? There's ones that compare the cost, right, where they go through all the different vegetables that you have to eat in order to get your one glass. And they're like, oh, that's $41.13, or you can have $4 in Shakeology. So I think it depends on the person that you're talking to and what kind of conversation you're having with them and what need they have.
okay.
You know what I mean? Like Tony Horton does an amazing one at the checkout line. I don't know if you guys have seen that one. That one's hysterical, right? So there's really good videos out there. So go to the Beachbody channel and just kind of scoop around there and see, and you'll find your favorites, and those will be the ones that you stick to. Like I said, What Can Shakeology Do For You? That's the one that I tend to always send out because that's the one that I like the most. But that's, personal preference. Do you know what I mean? Adria, which one do you tend to send out when you talk about Shakeology?
Same one as you.
Yeah.
But I do like the Tony Horton one because I love Tony Horton. He's hysterical. I think it's hysterical.
The man cracks me up.
I know. He's a riot.
Totally. All right.
But it is a preference. I completely agree. I mean, the best thing to do is watch them because you learn so much from them anyway. So
Absolutely. Good question though.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Man, you guys are way too easy, man. Easy. Okay. Last chance. No questions? None? Okay. So homework. Personal development tonight. Post it on the page tomorrow, right? What did I learn? What was my takeaway from my personal development? Okay. Thursday morning, post your bat on the page. Okay. That's your homework. Aside from your regular stuff that you have to do for your business. And checking the page and doing the assignments and drinking your shakes and working out and reading your personal development and all that other good stuff. And planning a wedding and working on your 21-day fix and all that kind of good stuff. Good. Any questions? Anything? Thoughts, comments, concerns, ideas, suggestions? You guys are easy, man.